Hi, folks. New Cara Dune here with a final word on transphobia. This will be a cure for transphobia for you. It probably won't be a final word. They'll put Dave Chappelle on my YouTube channel again, recommendations to me, and it'll remind me that we still, or some troll will make some transphobic comment, remind me we still need more words on transphobia until we get rid of it. So transphobia is a hallmark of fascism. Transphobia, homophobia, sexism, racism. These are all hallmarks of fascism. Most people know that sexism and racism and homophobia even are hallmarks of fascism. Not necessarily transphobia, but it makes sense. They're all they're against all things that are not fascist, and none of those things are fascist. Women, gay people, different races, or trans people. They're not fascist. So, and of course, anybody can get co-opted into fascism. And this is how to keep you out of fascism and keep you out of supporting transphobia. So you probably don't remember old Cara Dune. Old Cara Dune got fired by Disney. Good job, Mickey Mouse, for taking care of that. Because she was committed to transphobia. She would not be educated. She would not wake up. She just was so transphobic that she decided, hey, I'm going to take my career to whatever Ben Shapiro can do for me. So like playing in a sandbox, I guess. Point being, dry joke there, some dry humor. Dry. Sorry, you might need a glass of, well, no, water doesn't exist in Ben Shapiro world because it's moisture, and moisture doesn't exist in Ben Shapiro world. Anyway, here's the point. Old Cara Dune got booted because, she wanted the boot. So she went licking the boot, and the boot drew her off the show, and so she lost her show. Disney, by the way, new Cara Dune is here. Disney, you're welcome to put new Cara Dune in a new... I know you already gave her series to a different character, but if you want to write a new character for a new Cara Dune, I'm your trans, or whatever you want. I'm your person to be, new Cara Dune. Anyway, new Cara Dune here with your cure for transphobia. This is what gender is about. Gender is about one thing. There's one thing that gender is about. If you're attracted to someone, there's one time that gender matters. If you are attracted to someone and you have a gender preference of who you're attracted to, then it matters what that person's gender is. If you don't have a gender preference, then it doesn't matter. You're attracted to somebody and it doesn't matter what their gender is because you don't have a preference. If you have a preference and you're attracted to somebody, then for that to progress, it matters what their gender is and whether or not they're attracted to you, honestly, which is probably, more than just a coin flip. Anyway, and gender is more than a coin flip too. There's more than two sides. But it's more than just a coin flip and landing on its side too. It's, like a die or like whatever. And it's basically, it's not your problem. Gender is not your concern unless it's about the person that you're attracted to. That's just the only time it matters. If you really think about it, the only time gender matters is when people are attracted to each other and they have a preference. That's the only thing that matters. Now, there's a fantasy that right-wing guys have about a trans person hitting on them in a bar. It doesn't matter. This is just a weird fantasy that people have. Like, your fantasies don't matter that much. They can. Maybe they can inspire good ideas or something. But in general, fantasies don't matter that much. They're an escape from reality. Now, imagination, creativity, that does matter. That creates better reality. But fantasies are often just like an escape. And in this case, it's not really an escape as far as like it's a fearful fantasy that some guys have that a trans person will hit on them in a bar. Let's just fact check that for a minute. How many of these guys who are afraid of this will ever go to a big city bar where, it doesn't have to be a big city bar, honestly. It could be anywhere. But, for instance, in a big city bar, you might be more likely to run across a trans person. And how many of those people who are afraid of this happening are ever even going to ever be there? Not very many. You're probably not going to be in a bar at all. Most importantly, no one's hitting on you. Just reality check. No one's hitting on you. You don't have to worry about a trans woman hitting on you because no woman is hitting on you. Like, think about it. It's not going to happen. It's never going to come up. It's never, ever, ever going to happen. And yet millions of guys spend millions of minutes or hours fantasizing about this, thinking that